Okay, brilliant. I've got confirmation that you can hear me, which is amazing. I'm just going to send some directions now in terms of how to get to the screen, and I'll go through some basics in here. So if you go to the auditorium, you should be able to see the presentation there. Most of you are already there. I'm making my way over. Then I'm going to go full screen and we're going to get going. Apologies for the delay. We just had a few issues getting set up. I'll grab my seat. Okay, we're 10 minutes in now. Again, I'm making some apologies for the delay. I had some slight technical issues, but if it's okay with you guys, I wish to begin. Okay, so you should be able to see my full screen, and we are going to get started. Well, thanks everyone for making the time for this metaverse meeting, our first UK-specific gathering together of 3X Capital and the 3X Club. For most of you, it'll be your first time. Some will be familiar with me. I thank you for taking the time. Probably are some familiar faces. Hopefully, we can follow up and we can prove this to be a fantastic use of time. So, just preparation for the session today. A couple of key points. You can update your avatar if you wish to. In order to do that, you just need to go to the bottom right of your screens, and you should see a circle just to the right of the chat. At that point, you're able to edit your avatar, so feel free to do so if you wish to. At the bottom of your screen as well, you've got, how many have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bubbles. The second after the microphone one, it allows you to give some reactions. So please feel free to give some reactions today, you know, bust a dance, do a move, give us a thumbs up or a clap. And also at some point, and we'll go over it again today, we'll have some guys sharing their ventures or their projects with you. By all means, give encouragement by using these emojis and these feedback. That would be amazing. Key point is about exploring the full presentation, my presentation or our presentation full screen. In the middle of your screen, you've got the 3X Capital Fund space. A couple of bubbles there with all the avatars of those people who have joined. If you click on those, you should be able to go to my profile and see me on there, Jones, and you can select my presentation and choose to make it full screen. So I repeat, bubbles at the top, click on my name, Jones, you should see my presentation and request to be able to see that full screen. That should allow you to get a bit more clarity on what we're discussing today. And please only unmute when you're speaking, and be sure to like this space as well. If we've got 7 likes, hopefully we can get this up by 10. We've only got about 12 on today, but if you click on that, that would be amazing. And that allows us to kind of feedback and keep our communication with you about all the metaverse events we have in this particular space. If it's your first time in the metaverse, welcome. Okay, so our agenda for today pretty much is to fundamentally at a high level introduce you to the 3X Club. I'll explain more on that, what that is today, the 3X Club within the 3X Capital world. Also share with you some crypto fundraising trends, which is quite poignant given the reawakening of the global awareness and investment awareness around Web3 and blockchain. It's a great time to be familiar with the trends that are prevailing at the moment. And at the end of it, we'll have a couple of pitches by 2 projects that we are, considering and working with at the moment to give you an overview of the sorts of projects that we typically look to engage in, and hopefully you leave here with a bit more understanding as to the kind of space that we play in. A quick introduction to myself. I'm Jones. I'm a venture partner over here in the UK. I've been in the tech space for about 20 years. But in terms of foundering and in terms of tech from an investment perspective, I've been a founder twice in 2 different ventures, one in fintech and one in sports tech. And I've been active in the Web3 and blockchain space since about 2017. And I've been investing in various ways across that period of time, as well as increasing my lane before joining 3X Capital, supporting them in developing our presence here in the UK. You'll be hearing from one of our general partners later on. His name is Taras, and most of this presentation has been put together by one of my colleagues called Petro, who's a senior investment analyst over here, who supported in getting this going for you today. So very quickly, who are we? So 3x Capital is a digital asset investment and advisory firm that focuses on early stage Web3 ventures. So we're typically Poland-based. Most of the GPs, in fact, all the GPs, the general partners, are Ukrainian-based, working from different parts of the world at the moment. We came together based on some successful, them being successfully selected for a number of ambassador-type programs in Ukraine, which allowed them to travel the world, particularly to the US, where they came together and explored and identified a synergy related to Web3. The firm itself was initially, in its first iteration, operating as a family office amongst the founders, the general partners, and having had some good success from 2019 upwards, they decided to pivot into more of a venture capital model and have continued to see a lot of success, which I'll be able to share and speak to more of later on in the presentation. Related to that, it's 3x Club, and this will be and is a community of individuals who meet with the purpose of investing in Web3 startups. We organize educational meetings and pitch events. It's important to understand, the importance of this at this point in time. The understanding of Web3 and crypto, inverted commas, can be quite varied. So what we're looking to do is create an environment that individuals can come together, that really explore and understand fundamental blockchain and Web3 technologies, and really see what the opportunities are moving forward. And we as 3x Capital aim to give you the opportunity to do that. Quick point on what's unique about 3x Capital really is our ability to go end to end in terms of Web3 and blockchain projects. By that, I mean having the technical expertise in-house to particularly evaluate blockchain projects, as well as in-house experience from a commercial startup perspective, also shared with a number of advisory board members as well. The team consists of general partners, venture partners, investment associates, analysts, and researchers who come together to make this all possible, and even so is 2019. A quick word on our track record. So we've had some good success since we started in this, investing in the Web3 space. You see our 3-year projections, our 3-year returns over that multiples of incomes returned over that 5-year period expressed in front of you there. Infrastructure sitting at 13x, Web3 sitting at 8x, and DeFi 10x, GameFi at 11x, typically over a 2-year horizon. So MOIC is on average 9x, 155%. We've had 25 exits from 45 investments. They include individuals and syndicate investments as well. Some of the portfolios there before you. Always happy to discuss more on what we've done moving forward. If you wish to catch up with us afterwards, information will be provided. We have a very clear investment focus. We focus on 3 areas: blockchain infrastructure. So that's protocols and other infrastructure layers, layer 1, layer 2 blockchain protocols, and generally technologies that support and enable the advancements of blockchain across different industries and different verticals throughout the world. We also focus on decentralized finance. My background's in fintech, so there is a massive conversation and evidence to be had around the trajectory of blockchain and Web3 and the world as far as money is concerned, and we aim to be the forefront in that, supporting startups that are innovating in that space. And we also work with Web3 applications, so user-centric, independent, permissionless web developments, stuff like storage, messaging, and social messaging apps, and things like that. So there's a couple of benefits to the 3x Club, which we will be working on more meetups here in the UK. We started with the metaverse to make it more accessible. The first is obviously the ability or the opportunity to go co-invest in opportunities that we invest in, so you get some exposure as to what we're working with at the moment. So we get that real view and can make a decision as to whether or not you wish to be a part of it. We also have a very strong educational component. We're working for our 5th cohort now of our education modules, which really help you to understand more about the Web3 space, everything from blockchain technologies to smart contracts and those sorts of things. That's available to members of the 3x Club members, currently freely if you join. And also an opportunity to network with other like-minded individuals, angels, VC funds, managers, top-level executives, and just going on the journey, which is moving at fast pace when it comes to Web3. Our investment process, this is a very, very, high-level summary that kind of shows you what our process is. So we work with around 10 international crypto and Web3 hubs around the world, and this gives us a funnel of about 120 ventures or projects every single month from around the EU, US, UAE, and other, including Africa. And you'll see that at the end of that, we basically only invest in 1% of those ventures that come through us after going through an extensive screening and research process. So by the time you get exposed to some of the ventures that are available in 3X Club, or if you choose to become a liquidity partner and join us at a higher level, we've done a lot of extensive due diligence, so you can be sure that these are game-changing and sector-defining projects that we're investing in. That's a very quick overview. And today we are going to be, after the next session, we'll be hearing from some of the deals that we're currently working with, some of the exciting projects we're considering right now. Again, consider this just an opportunity to kind of get an affiliation and understanding as to what we mean by fundamental blockchain projects and fundamental blockchain founders. This will be an opportunity to see what it's like. If you're not from a Web3 world, you can start to see where that gap or that chasm is between the typical startup and Web3 and how high our fidelity is, and we aim to increase it towards. So at this point, I'll hand over to Taras, who's our general partner, who will talk us through some of the trends in the Web3 space most recently. Taras, are you there? Feel free to take over.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and everyone who is watching us on YouTube, LinkedIn, or any other social networks.
Wait for Taras to, not just clash, we can do a couple of moves, do all sorts of things there. Just give us some feedback. That would be amazing.
Yeah, sorry. Happy to see everyone here. Thanks for joining us in Metaverse or in our live streams on LinkedIn or any other social networks we're using. So today we will talk about fundraising trends.
For us to join.
Do you hear me well?
And start speaking.
Yes, we hear you well. Someone is clapping.
Cool. Thank you, guys. We already removed this person from our Metaverse. So today we'll talk about fundraising trends and about Q1, especially for 2023. Can we go to the next slide, please? First of all, I would like to put your attention that first quarter of 2023 concludes with a collapse of 4 crypto-friendly banks and the rise of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, it's a new hot topic we are discussing around. Everyone is talking about ChatGPT-3 and other players on the market. At the same time, blockchain-backed startups...
We don't see your screen. We don't see presentation right now.
Jones, can you double check what is the presentation, please? Thank you. Let's move to, there's a slide with first crypto fundraising trends we have. While venture funds are less interested in metaverse projects right now, we can see that during the last 3 months, around 9 startups raised around 56 million in virtual.
We'll be speaking shortly.
So, yeah, thanks for moving to the next slide. I would like to point your attention on main players who invest during Q1. And first of all, we can see DWF Labs. During last year, they were not so active, but other venture funds like Coinbase Ventures and HashK Capital during first quarter, a couple of players invested in more than 10 startups, and Underscore its Polygon Fund Coinbase Ventures and DWF Labs invested in main project we will discuss later on. Moving to the next slide, I would like to mention that United States are slowly decreasing their percentage of whole amount of capital invested, and right now they invested around 75 billion. It's less than in Q4 2022, but still significant amount comparing to United Kingdom, Canada, and all other countries who are actively deploying capital to crypto and to Web3 startups. In Q1, we saw that a lot of startups got funding in environment, gaming, social network, wallet, messaging, privacy, NFT, fashion, intelligence, metaverse, security, AR and VR, and media. We checked main crypto investments in Q1, and I would like to start with Stripe. They raised more than 6 billion on March. It's one of the reasons why on the first slide I shared with you, we saw a huge increase in amount of capital invested in March 2023. Without Stripe investment, I believe we saw the same trend as it was in the beginning of the year, especially in January and February. As for now, in April, during first 18 days, trend didn't change significantly, and a lot of startups raise not more than 10 million. Good news that we saw during first couple of months as the big players and banks join crypto investments, especially Deutsche Bank. They invested in BioNTech, and a couple of other banks also invested in other startups. I would like to put your attention on 9 banks who started to invest actively and deploying capital. It is BBVA, also a French bank BNP Paribas, a couple of UK banks on top with Standard Chartered, also Italian Unibanco, another UK bank NatWest, and Australian National Bank with UBS from Switzerland. Of course, collapse of 4 friendly banks, it's not good for the industry. And as we know, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, they were crypto friendly, and a lot of startups, they had bank accounts in Signature and Silicon Valley respectively. Coming to the next slide, we can see that AI trends, companies and Forge AI raised around 40 million from DWF Labs, as I mentioned before. Also, blockchain SAI network and OPNX, it's a crypto exchange organized by former manager from 3 Arrow Capital. They raised 25 million in March. Coming to Q2, I don't think we will see a huge change in trend, and I believe we can expect around 1 billion invested in April and May 2023 in around 100-150 startups. That's it from my side for today. I would like to answer your questions or answer any comments you have. Okay, Johns, I believe we can move forward to the next step of our Metaverse meetup.
Okay, I believe, thank you so much, Taras, for sharing those trends. That was very, very helpful. That was helpful for all the attendees. And with the time we have left, we'll be hearing from two of the projects, as I mentioned earlier on, that we work with. I'll just So the ventures we're going to be hearing from today are basically raters who are film recommendation platform and web pre-productions launchpad, who are seeking a seed stage investment, and Liquidity Solutions is building a sustainable future for carbon markets and chain. They're also seeking a private investment, and we've got the deal sheets and information available to you. So if you guys are on the phone, on the call, please take over and prepare to share your information, starting with raters.
Hi. Yeah. Nice to see everyone. Can you see my screen? Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, hi again, everyone. I'm Rasim Malif. I'm co-founder of Raters. Raters is a recommendation platform for movies and TV shows, and what we do is we build a community of film lovers and filmmakers that will reshape the entertainment industry and what it is right now. So the problem that we're solving for our users is what movie should I watch? Because let's be honest, all of us have been there where we've been trying to find something to watch Netflix, Amazon, or other streaming services and spending a lot of time on it. Majority of people actually do not trust reviews of critics and other reviews, public reviews on the web, which makes search for film even more difficult. However, the problem is much deeper. So what's actually happening on the other side of the market with filmmakers, distributors, studios, and independent producers is that they cannot reach their target audiences due to obsolescence of the existing promotion channels. I know about myself because I come from a family of filmmakers and screenwriters in Azerbaijan. As a result of these problems, 95% of films are not promoted to the relevant audiences, and moreover, 36% of clicks on ads on the web are made by bots and are therefore invalid and unreliable. And actually, these problems exist not just for movies and TV shows, but other types of digital products as well, such as video games, music, books, and even apps. So to solve them, we decided to create Raters, which is a platform that provides instant AI-powered recommendations to its users based on reviews from people with similar tastes. It's also a platform where they can earn rate tokens by writing reviews and rating movies and spend them for additional app functionality. For filmmakers, distributors, and studios, Raters serves as a platform where they can launch highly targeted promotion campaigns targeted only at the most relevant users based on our unique machine learning algorithms, which have been patented in the US recently. Moreover, with the use of blockchain, we're eliminating any risks of bot clicks, and therefore our clients are guaranteed that their ad spend is actually spent on real people. As a result, we have better targeting, better conversion to clicks, sales, and therefore higher return on investment. Based on promotion campaigns that we have been running here in London for our clients, we have already shown that we are 4 times more efficient than Facebook when running promotion campaigns for films. especially in diverse cinema. The market is huge. $35 billion is being spent every year on promotion of digital products online. And as any branch of online advertising, it's going to be growing very quickly over the next decade, which provides huge opportunities for us to prosper in this field with our unique ad tech solutions. Obviously, on such a large market, the competition is also fierce, with many different apps coming with their own solutions to the movie recommendations. We know exactly where we are positioned on this competitive landscape, what constitutes our unique selling points. And now with the expansion into crypto rewards and blockchain technology, we believe that we will clearly differentiate ourselves from other firms on the market. So what we will do, what we're doing right now is we're converting our users into a community or basically DAO, where they, as I mentioned, will be able to spend tokens within the platform. But moreover, we are now building a launchpad and DAO where they will also have an opportunity to invest in film making projects, so this is for films and TV series, using by staking our tokens. Therefore, it provides them opportunity to invest in these production companies and receive a share of profits from the exhibition of these movies. So we have partnered with 3X and as a portfolio company, Take My Muffin, cartoon production studio, and we'll be launching the first crowdfunding campaign on our launchpad in October of this year for production of their second season of the series. Obviously, we have calculated very detailed economics, thanks again to the stakes capital team who helped us with it by correctly allocating all our tokens between staking rewards, community rewards, private sale, treasury liquidity, and other buckets. Moreover, by accurately calculating vesting and unlock, we ensure that the tokens are coming gradually into circulation once we are listed, and therefore eliminating any risk of massive selling bids at any point of time. So what we're trying to build is obviously very ambitious, and the whole blockchain industry is based on promises. In our case, these promises are supported by our track record of delivering on these promises. Such, we have already raised 3 funding rounds previously, having raised over $500,000, which was spent in the platform. So we developed the platform on iOS, Android, and web. We have reached 650,000 monthly active users, which keeps growing further, and we have also delivered value to our investors by patenting our algorithms, getting client agreements, and even acquired a small competitor last year. So as you can see, we're growing across all the vital parameters, and now we just need to accelerate further and continue to so. In terms of go-to-market strategy, we are splitting it between user acquisition and client acquisition. In terms of user acquisition, our so-called growth hack is focused on organic channels, such as search engine optimization and app store optimization, which results in a decline in customer acquisition costs because it brings sustainable long-term growth of users. For the client acquisition, being mainly studio and production companies, we are reaching out to the ones in our immediate network, starting with Paramount, with whom we are actually launching a promotion campaign here in London in summer and promote one of their latest releases, Some Motherhood, to our target audiences. A couple of words about our team. Jamil and I, we have a very robust background in corporate world from EY, Deloitte, and Goldman Sachs, and we are running our business development team here in London. Oleg, Tural, and Yuri are our technical co-founders, while Oleg and Yuri have massive experience in terms of blockchain development, software development, and software architecture. Tural has a PhD in user recommendation system from Italy, which is actually the core of our unique value proposition to the clients. Finally, in terms of users and client engagement, acquisition, and retention, we have Finn and Evgeny, who have massive experience in this field and help us to bring and to execute our go-to-market strategy. So as you can see, all the pieces of the puzzle are fitting together, and we have a team of professionals that cover all vital areas of our business. For those areas where we didn't develop significant in-house capabilities yet, we heavily rely on help from our advisors who have relevant experiences in the fields such as DAO, DeFi, NFT, Web3, and general business development advisory. Our roadmap is basically split into 3 parts, so product development, business, and crypto. We know exactly what we will be doing over the next 2 years, at least, and the rest will be dictated by how the world evolves. What's important here to mention is that since the very beginning, we have built the platform and algorithms in such a way that they can be easily scaled to different segments, markets, and devices and platforms. Therefore, our scaling potential is very high. So right now we are raising 1.2 million to develop our ecosystem further, reach a community of 3 million monthly active users, expand our patent, and create this launchpad that I mentioned, and launch our first DeFi crowdfunding campaign in October. So we basically our mission is to become the leading film ecosystem in the world, connecting film community, filmmakers, and investors. And we would like to invite you to join us in this exciting journey. Thank you very much, and looking forward to hearing your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wasim, for that presentation.
Thank you, John.
It's really helpful. I hope everyone got an idea as to what you're working on. I mean, if you could fire on questions maybe until the end, or follow up with an email. Details will be shared again at the end of the session. You'll have our details to be able to contact us. That would be great. I'll also share an email address in the chat. But if we could now have Likvidi please come forward, take control, and share your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Ransu. I'm the CEO and founder of Likvidi, and Likvidi comes from a Finnish language word that means liquid. So very simple in that sense. I have a background on quite a long time on a blockchain business since we did the first one already 2015. We did the Bitcoin ETI together with Gibraltar Stock Exchange, and that was then first kind of exchange traded instrument that got listed in Frankfurt Stock Exchange 2016. Then that was very hard then to keep that compliant, so we gave up on that one because of the compliance reasons. Back then the regulations were very new and not even existing, and that was a great timing because then we had built already a first generation ICO platform called Token Market. That was back then probably Europe's biggest one. We did over 30 ICOs. We did all the technical work for those. We handled KYCs and the tokens and money flow for over 250,000 investors on 30 deals, and they raised together a little bit over $300 million. And that was before then came kind of a crypto winter. I now go here on the stage, and if I manage to turn around, let's see how I can do that. Oh, not easy. Oh, there we go. All right. So that's my background on a crypto, and then of course I have a background on a finance, as have the other team members. But here we started. So I'm introducing you now a kind of like, you know, what Y Combinator would say, boring businesses are good, and I'm introducing you now a boring business. You know, like, you know, not cool like a movie stuff that we just saw. But go here to get it here. So we realized already some time ago that the future, because of the Paris Agreement, climate change, and everything, future is full on, future is sustainable. So all the finance basically will, over the next coming years, will move to be sustainable. All the companies will become sustainable in some level. And this is such a big theme that's like as Bill Gates said, this is the biggest challenge for humankind now to survive this climate change and possible climate disaster. Oh yeah, it's showing perfect. Yes, sorry. So we are building, so to say, sustainability as a service stack, so that we can serve approximately 1.6 million European businesses will go under some sort of regulations over the next 4 or 5 years. Massive opportunity to build a SaaS platform for this group and help them to become sustainable. On here, I will walk you through then all the products, but we start here, Carbon Bot. So that one is now like, great timing on the AI and all the bot technology. This one is the calculator that every normal person and also company needs in order to figure out what is their carbon footprint. I think that everybody here on this call has, on this event, has heard the word, carbon footprint before. And now we are building a state-of-art tool for measuring that. And then the next one, Carbon Token, is a portfolio style, safer, more liquid, and 100% clear that it's not greenwashing carbon credit portfolio token that includes 20 carbon credits, and that is then that once you figure out your carbon footprint, then you can use LCO2 to offset your carbon footprint. But offsetting is not enough in the future. That's why you see companies like Google and Microsoft and Stripe being a great example of doing like a massive project, like Stripe's up and coming fund is like a 1 billion on sustainability. And that's why we are building, then the big picture here is that we are building completely new tool here that is an AI-based tool that works together with these other components, and that basically replaces that. While sustainability manager is the work of the future, we think that hardly not much of that job will be done by humans. This is a great example of an AI taking over, and this is a boring role in a company, but soon there will be 1.6 million companies in Europe who needs this role inside of the company, and we can do that as a SaaS service for 50 to 100 euros a month instead of hiring a person for that role. So this is what we think is like our kick-ass solution for up and coming years to come, together with those supporting components. So that market is huge. We estimate that the sustainability managers will be somewhere between 500 billion to 800 billion, the size of that market. And then carbon market is already set to grow a lot as well. Carbon market, interesting to all of us on this call, carbon markets are now fully moving over the next 2-3 years to blockchain. And our estimate is that it will be, after cryptocurrency market, a voluntary carbon market on blockchain will be the second largest market on a blockchain. Liquid, transparent, and all-inclusive, like crypto market is today. Why I can say this with such a convinced, that I'm so convinced about it, is because starting this year, it hasn't been talked much, but the World Bank, which basically is the huge institution supporting developing countries, supporting carbon markets, and so forth, and started to use and moved their market, meta registry, so to say, moved that to Chia blockchain. And that's why you see that now was on this week's or last week's news that Chia is going to do an IPO in New York. Because that's a huge market that they are now going after with the World Bank. Then going forward, so this is what is net zero, exactly like I said. You first calculate your footprint, you offset, then you start the decarbonization work so that your company becomes sustainable. First of all, it will be a little bit of a marketing gimmick to be sustainable, as you see that everywhere from the wine bottles, it says now 100% sustainable. And then my dog is barking here. And then that this decarbonization is such a work, and this is exactly the kind of work that AI can advise you the better than a human could. And this is an ongoing process for years to come. So this is not like some sort of a quick marketing effort. Now, first, soon investors will require it. Then employees and your partners, kind of your supply chain. All the big companies are now planning to have a sustainable supply chain. So this is now one more boring but very interesting thing. This year now, we move from 11,000 companies to 50,000 companies who have to report, starting now. Then this year's report on the next February, is the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive and Disclosure. This one is now new that every company has to do, and soon there will be a carrots and there will be a stick to keep this in line, that the companies needs to disclose their carbon footprint and reduce it. This will be now then 2027. This will cover that 1.6 million companies, and that's why I'm saying that those companies need sustainability manager, because we are building that on our platform, this reporting system, as a piece of it. Here's the first piece that we are now working on, and when we close our private round token sale, then we are putting like about 4 weeks work, and we can push the first version, 0.1 version of our carbon bot out. That will be then helping. We start from the ITC companies, like pretty much everybody on this call now. So we help them to offset their servers and cloud and everything. We have already done this process for Binance chain, BNB chain, but that was never published because that was kind of a test exercise and their management then changed. But we have done this already, and that's actually is a really cool and efficient work. So here's the sustainability manager. Let's talk about this page a little bit. Here's exactly where the AI comes to power. It knows all the facts about the climate change. It knows all the rules and regulations. It can figure out the best practices and how to improve them. And then important for the smaller companies, SMEs, is the knowledge leak. Like when this role as a work becomes popular, then they will be poached from the company, and you are then starting to train a new person for this role. And when you use then sustainability as a service platform that we are building, then you don't have knowledge leak. It becomes better, as you know, and it can work all the time, and can create ongoing analyses and reports like that CSRD. And then and also can get other ones involved on a company. The carbon token, this is a little bit more about that. Here's the solution, but let's not go this one now. Let's look at this, how we do it. We basically pick top projects by 2 rating companies that we work with. We use them to pick 20 projects that we then fractionalize using tokenization here. And that way we really have an ETF type pool on this carbon credit, and you are not betting on one project or couple projects that can go wrong, and then you are accidentally greenwashing. So this is absolutely like great case of showing the power of blockchain on a carbon markets. We are then also building our own swap AMM for it, because the KYC and the anti-money laundering rules on this market of the and voluntary carbon credits are dependent on the suppliers of the carbon credits. So we cannot just put them on the Unislab. That would not go through their KYC systems. And then we have built a beautiful impact algorithm behind the token. So this is really, we can say that this is one of the best, if not the best, carbon credit that the SME companies can buy without putting any effort on research. And now here's the one that we are now closing the private sale. So LIC token, LIC utility token. That we have a last 300K there to sell. We have now sold a little bit less than 1.2 million. On this round, lead investor is a Shima Capital and also DAOmaker. And we will be going DAOmaker's launchpad then for the launch. Hopefully we are now aiming for, if the market is okay, then we are aiming for now June, so a couple months, and then we do the token generation event. The features are, the one that we are very excited about is a LIC staking. That you LIC utility token, and now you're gonna earn then not just the LIC token there, but you're gonna earn then as a staking reward LCO2 carbon credits. And this way, basically anyone who stakes enough has an opportunity to become a carbon neutral, net zero, just by staking LIC. Then we have a LIC LP pool and the boost for that one. And we have some reward systems coming up. And then interestingly also, both platforms, Carbon Bot and LCO2, will have a NFT, non-transferable NFT receipt or certificate system and report system. And you can buy those then basically 90% cheaper by using LIC. We are very proud that we priced our private round low. Now it's fully diluted, 11 million. We are aiming to list this on 15 million market cap. And that's great. I would not be happy to have some 50 to 100 million valuation at this stage. So we are looking healthy here. And then on the roadmap, we have already almost done with the LCO2 app platform. Then we are actually speeding up the Carbon Bot that will also now come before LIC token launch. So we will have then two platforms that LIC works with. Two pieces of our platform will be then ready. And then we will have a whole summer, we will learn LCO2 platforms functionality and then make like a first full-fledged version for the fall when people come back from the holidays and start to plan this year's carbon offset. And sustainability manager comes by the end of the year. That's a big piece of a AI-powered platform. Then our go-to-market strategy is very important. So it's important to understand that this is a great way to get people to platform, both individuals and companies, that we have a carbon bot. So people will be then curious on seeing their carbon footprint and start their sustainability journey. And this is going to be basically the only way that we market. We ask people to come to our website for free. They can measure, calculate their carbon footprint. They can share that with friends. They can invite co-workers. They can invite their employers, or employer can invite all the employees to the carbon bot. And this kind of a fully automated marketing system is our full focus. Excuse me. Forecast looks great. We can do that. I will be very happy. The market size will be so big on both of these markets, carbon market and then the sustainability management market, that we believe that we can have there very nice profits for years to come. Our team, as I a little bit mentioned, we have investment bankers. We have a 10 years senior Python, more than that, Python coders, and a Solidity coder, Rainer there. We have a platform development going on all the time. So we have a pretty solid team. Three of us, so half of us worked on the token market before. So we have already done successful apps that people have used. And then we are currently on a consensus startup group for this year as a only kind of environmental or sustainability company. And we'll be using Infura and stuff like that. So, and then we have also very interesting that we are actually shareholders on a Albo climate company that is an Israeli-based satellite data company for carbon markets. That's it. Thank you. I don't know how long was that, but hopefully not too long. So, any questions?
Thank you, Ransi. Appreciate you sharing and great work over there in a very, very strong and forward-looking sector. I thank everyone for attending the session today at various points. Thank all the speakers for taking the time, to Taras for sharing the trends, and Petro for setting up this whole event. First in the UK, the recording will be made available following after this and followed on, and as well as the presentations, I believe, will be made available and forwarded on to the attendees. Feel free to share those and make yourself available if possible for future events. Just share my screen for the farewell. So this is a link that offers you access to the investment club. Please endeavor to join if possible. Otherwise, share with third parties. There will be further events similar to this and more coming in due time, and there will be in-person events in the next couple of months as well, looking to build a community for the 3X Club and continue to give exposure and access to fundamental blockchain projects and founders. Thanks everyone for your time today, and with that, we'll let you go 1 minute over. Take care.
Thank you.